This is my tracking dashboard showing $39,790 direct from one YouTube video. And before collecting all of this cash, the crazy part is I documented the entire thing, and I'm gonna break it down from the ideas, the scripting, the thumbnail strategy, so you can go ahead and take that blueprint and replicate it for your info product, B2B, or SaaS business. I have the entire process mapped out here, but I haven't only done this for this channel, I've done it for your favorite info product, course sellers, gurus, whatever you wanna call it in the space, big audiences, small audiences. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm about to give you hella sauce. So you guys see the 39K off of one video. Total, it was 67K off of 3 YouTube videos. And I'm gonna make this video as practical as possible. So with part one, the entire process was offhand for our client. All you generally had to do was get on camera and record. So I wanna mention that firstly. We handled really everything. So the idea, the script. So what I'm about to break down is really my entire thought process behind how we actually made this money, whether it was the strategy of the thumbnails, the design of the thumbnails, editing, revisions, posting, SEO. We handled the entire thing. But what are we actually doing within this process to get the results that you're seeing within the video views, which is cool, but we care about the cash collected. So how do we actually get that? And here's actually a Dobby's testimonial before I get into phase two.
I worked with Nate, and in just one video, I made $40,000. He handled the content system, he handled the script writing, the structure in the background. And what's ironic is I coach, YouTube, and so I was really skeptical. I'm like, do I actually need this? But he made the process so much easier. Really appreciate it. Would 100% vouch. He had great testimonials. I'm so happy I could be another one. I definitely recommend go with Content Cash Media. It's helped me a lot. Not paid to say this. He's literally the GOAT. Thank you so much, Nate.
So first things first, I want to show you how we actually position differently than competitors. The problem with a lot of you watching this video right now is you think YouTube is a copy and paste game, but no, I think of it as a copying formats game. I'm going to showcase how I actually view that. But as I was doing research, I'm going to go to our actual practical research doc. We make 3 strategy docs for every client that comes onto CCM to work as a client. And when I was doing research, I realized, bro, all his competitors really make like the same videos. So as you can see here, this is one, this is another one right here. These screen share type videos, like they're generally all the same. Another example here, I believe there's another example like right here as well. If I keep going, I'm gonna see more. So I like to scrape competitors before I do ideation, so that's some sauce you guys can take. But I literally was noticing that everyone was making the same exact thing. And the problem that people don't realize with this is that if you're making like the same content as all your competitors, what's gonna allow them to choose? Because all the people that are watching your content are also watching your competitors. So you need to be able to tap into your actual story, your personality, your proof, lifestyle, and hit these different angles that people are not seeing already. And I'm gonna go ahead and watch his content so you can actually feel his competitive edge bleed throughout the video. And the competitive edge that you have cannot be faked. A lot of you are trying to fake things that you don't have. Lean into your strong suits, bro. You don't have to be someone that you're not. And I'm going to show you how we do this in his video practically. So now we're on his channel. I'm going to watch this video right here so you guys can see. This is our first video we ever dropped with him.
I make over $60,000 a month, and I'm not some crazy business genius. I'm literally just a guy that posts YouTube videos and just knows how to consistently make them blow up. Over the past 11 years, I've been able to secure 7 YouTube...
Like this is lifestyle stuff, showing the YouTube plaques, reflecting as proof.
Plaques, just to prove to you that this business model works. And if you follow along, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm making all of these YouTube channels and how you can automate them yourself. So let's get into it. Pick a viral YouTube format.
So that's just a small example of how we were able to do it like practically within the videos. I'll have more later when it comes to scripts, titles, thumbnails, etc. So just stay tuned in. And I simply just figured out what the market wanted demand-wise, and I'll break this down. And we're able to supply that with Adobe's content, which is why we're able to collect so much cash. I want to show you guys actually how I was able to find what the market wanted, which is like, that demand, and how we were able to actually supply it with this next step. So the way I do this is I look at 2 things. When I'm auditing these competitors, I'm looking for one, what the niche wants. If I can figure out what the niche wants is simply the most popular videos on their channel, what has worked, whether that's the format, the length of the video, what they talk about in the video, how they present the certain topics. Like, we want to figure out that and what people like hearing. And then the second side of it is simply identifying what is the blue ocean niche. How do you find the blue ocean niche? How are you yourself different from all the competitors you just identified? So you figured out what worked. Now that you know what works, how are you different than those people? So what is your edge? What are you doing within your content? How can you bring something new but better to the space that people haven't seen already? And this is how I view supply and demand within a market. But all of what I'm saying doesn't matter if you don't have a proper YouTube ecosystem tied into a sales funnel. As you can see, here's his sales funnel. It's an opt-in page. We're running this at the top of the description. Ideally, how I like to run my description is the first link, we'll typically like have a YouTube evergreen video, typically a free course. We haven't dropped one for Davi yet, but we have a free course, and the second link will actually be the main offer link. Then after that, you can just have whatever info you really want. You guys can go check out this channel if you guys want to see what we do there. But yeah, the opt-in link super simple. We're getting this data, and then within their sales process, they're using the YouTube videos as pre-call assets. You want to leverage YouTube within your funnel as well. But when it comes to the practical YouTube ecosystem on YouTube itself, what you need to realize is that, once again, our competitors were just posting the same thing. I realized that we needed top of funnel content, we needed middle funnel content, we needed bottom funnel content, which means we could tap into broad make money online niche. We could tap into the AI aspect, because it's AI YouTube automation. So what if we make just broad AI videos? They could still attract people that are interested in AI and have that budget, and then bring them to YouTube automation, right? So being aware of that is something that I saw that the niche wasn't doing. I also realized that there weren't a lot of client case study interviews. I also realized that the how-to videos were boring, which that's going to be next step, how I came up with the ideas, titles, thumbnails, packaging, etc. But I was able to identify these things. I want to break down how I think about top of funnel content, middle funnel content, etc. So for top of funnel content, here's a pure example. This video made 10K before we had tracking set up. Right now the tracking, I think you guys saw, has like 3.5K, 4K, something like that. But there's no mention of YouTube automation in this title. It's, I'm a normal guy, but this boring business makes me 60K per month. And if, like, the good thing about this is we use relevancy. So if you look at this thumbnail, you can clearly see this is a YouTube dashboard. But if you're not aware of YouTube, they won't know. It just looks like money. So we're able to track our ICP while also being able to trap a broader audience, which is why this video is more top of funnel. Second, I went with relatability with the title. So I realized that with Davi's personality, after going through his Instagram, his onboarding form that he submitted to us, at the end of the day, he's a normal guy. So I'm a normal guy. This kind of throws it off. Like, this is kind of like a scroll stopper. People in the YTA space, or even YouTube in general, don't really see I'm a normal guy in the title. And then I mix it in with the quote unquote boring title format. So I'm a normal guy, but this boring business or boring strategy is what you can use, makes me 60K per month. So, and with that, because I identified that this boring format was doing good on YouTube, I can pull it up for you guys so you guys can really see it. And this obviously led to 10K cash collected off of one video. And here's proof of that, like, boring strategy, my boring strategy, my boring strategy. There's more of like my boring business. Like, this format had worked, and I was just like, I can take it here and adapt it. See, my AI business is boring, my AI business, like, so I knew it was like, I kind of just, what I like to call this is, you're kind of like taking aspects from different videos. So yes, I knew I'm a normal guy was different. Like, I didn't get this from anybody else. I was just like, my creativity, my, unique eye of just seeing content. But I knew boring business was something that worked, and then obviously we tie in money there, make 60K per month. So this comes with time in the game. That's not really replicatable, but over time you will get it. Then here we have an example of a bottom of funnel video. So a bottom of funnel video is typically something that is very niche specific. It could be a client case study interview, but it also could be a video that's just longer and more in depth. So for this video specifically, it was a screen share video. Majority of the video is literally screen share. So that's why I classify it as bottom of funnel, but also the way that we positioned it with the title. So the title says, I show everything. So we're literally going in detail, breaking down how he thinks about ideation, coming up with this stuff, etc., etc. And on top of that, it is a bottom of funnel video, but the way that we're able to maximize our TAM, which is our total addressable market, is I saw that Claude Code videos are doing extremely well right now. So instead of using a ChatGPT logo in the thumbnail, we use a Claude Code logo plus YouTube equals money, tied to the desired outcome of money on the thumbnail. With the thumbnails, you're basically trying to show that, I'm going to talk about this in the next step, psychologically what to do with the thumbnail. And once again, the I show everything goes against the typical YTA guru, because the typical YTA guru, they're not showing their channels. They're not showing how much money they make, which is way different than what we did with the Davi, which once again, I'm going to cover in different steps here in this video. But I'm showing you guys that everything is strategically done. It is not luck, which is like why I can continue to scroll here. I've been able to do this for multiple brands, businesses, SaaS companies, info products, mentorships, doesn't matter. Whether it's a 300 subscriber audience like Seb, who made 60K in 5 weeks, now multiple six figures and over 4K subs. It just doesn't matter. Like, there's a strategy and tactical process behind it. Johnny Mao saying our stuff is very impressive. Like, bro, we've worked with the biggest in the space for a reason, and they vouch for our stuff for a reason. And it's because we're not BSing it. There's proof and a tactical process behind. So let's go ahead and get into the next step. So step number 4, we fixed the packaging and the structure. I actually want to talk about how we created this niche outlier. 250K views in 1 month. It actually had like 100K views in 7 days, which is insane. And I mean, it's a huge outlier that took the niche by storm. How do we actually come up with it? So what we realized when we came onto his channel is that his older videos actually had solid topics. Like, he had some videos that had views, but the titles, the thumbnails, hooks, body, structure, the CTAs, like, you can get views, but that doesn't matter if, you know, your CTA and your structure of script are off, because it's not going to lead to someone watching the entire video. And if they're not watching a decent amount of video, they're obviously not going to pay you money, which is why there's a huge shift in terms of how much money he's directly making off of YouTube now compared to what he was doing in the past, which wasn't even tracked. Like, now we have tracking set up on his stuff, which is what I showed you guys at the start of the video. But we focus on better ideation, which, how do you make better ideas, right? So there's a couple ways. I think one that we applied here is just like, and I'm going to show you guys how I came up with this specific idea, is niche transferring. So if you can niche transfer, you know, excuse my handwriting. You guys are not here for handwriting. You guys are here for YouTube sauce. But niche transferring is definitely one. So taking an idea that worked in the dropshipping space and bringing it to the YouTube automation space. At the end of the day, all you're really doing is like outlier research. This gets mistaken for a lot of things, and people think about it wrong and overcomplicated and et cetera, but outlier research. But when we're doing the outlier research, we're not doing it at a surface level. We're actually making sure, one, you copy outliers that make sense to be copied. Not every outlier can be copied because a video might have a certain competitive edge that you don't have. On top of that, we're looking to make these outliers new plus better. And what do I actually mean by that, right? Because a lot of people, once again, are just copying outliers and you're not seeing results. Why are you not seeing results? Because you're not making your videos new and better. What I mean by new is the information that you're sharing in the video new. Does the I guess the title, the thumbnail look like new information? Is it something that is they're not really aware of? The second part that is the better is, can you come up with a better title and thumbnail packaging? Can you come up with a better angle or a better way to really share the topic within the video? So if you're just copying outliers like one-to-one, like, I mean, that's like, if you're just doing one-to-one, bro, I mean, that's not gonna work. You're gonna fail. But if you can make it new or better, like I said right here, you're gonna be able to win. And how we came up with this video, this is actually a middle of funnel video. How I view middle of funnel videos is like how to explain a type of video. I had seen our competitors, bro, their most popular videos were in this type of format. So once again, this comes down to figuring out like what the niche wants. So if I scroll through the competitors again, you're going to see like this format worked. And then I remembered that there was this video that a year ago, this channel had less than 10K subscribers. Less at the time of making this video, probably had less than 5. But I remember this outlier. This is just from me being tapped in a year ago within the e-commerce space. Like, he's getting 43K views on an e-commerce video, which I was like, okay, I know I can take the title format of money amount in 90 days with the AI YouTube automation, and I added the just copy me because it's a proven format on YouTube, which I can go and show you. And this is just like naturally from me having an eye for it. If I go just copy me, you guys will see like just copy me, just copy me, just copy me. Like, nobody had this in the YouTube automation. Now people are starting to, you know, people are trying to make it now. Like, we're trailblazing the niche. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to become a copycat. You want to become a trailblazer. And the way you become a trailblazer and have other people copy your content, just like this video, which you can clearly see he's taking, you know, inspo from our Davi video, is you make your stuff new and better. You kind of trailblaze. You make things people haven't seen before. And with that, that's how we came up with this idea. I mean, I kind of mixed these two together, brought the different angle of just copy me. And this is stuff that you really can't teach, but I'm giving you guys sauce on how I gained that natural eye. You gain that natural eye by being tapped into the trenches, by actually being obsessive over your craft. And that's why we're able to, you know, create a thumbnail that grabs attention. What I mean by grab attention, the desired outcome is in the thumbnail. You can see the money, and then the title, it makes you curious to click. And that's really all you need to make a banger video. If you can dial in your hook, which is just like proof, plan, promise, give them a reason why they clicked on the video, give them a reason to actually stay. And if they don't stay to the end, which is the third, what are they going to miss out on, or what do they get if they stay to the end? That's how I think about the hook. For the overall structure of the body, set up tension resolution. Do not give your piece of value or knowledge right away. Give them a reason on why they need to listen to that piece of value or knowledge before you kind of give it away, and actually bring tension on, once again, why it's important to listen. If they don't listen, the mistakes that you fell into or the mistakes that they will fall into, and then give them the actual advice, what they need to hear to get to the desired outcome. And that takes us into step number 5, which is we leaned into his competitive edge, we leaned into transparency, and also personality. So here you can see, I didn't even know this, but Adavi, he had a mastermind. Bro, a lot of people don't know that if you don't talk about it. Transparency, we're showing actual YouTube channel money, like live, like within the video, within the first second of the video. So we're confirming that click. And then personality wise, bro, this guy has a funny personality to a lot of people on short form content. I was like, we need to bring that to YouTube. Your YouTube shouldn't feel like a different part of your brand. It should all be cohesive. So we made him more credible. So yes, he can troll, he can have his fun, people can see him as quote unquote corny. But when you're flexing your own results, and you actually have these YouTube plaques, these money results that you can see here. On top of that, not only your results, but you're flexing, your client results. We're allowing those to bleed throughout the video. We're throwing in our client results with our call to actions. We're showing the YouTube plaques. It's hard for people to kind of clown you because it becomes like we're not an overly polished channel. They see him as a quote unquote normal guy, which is like why I went with that title format. It's not overly polished. It's not robotic, but it's showing the proof. It's showing the results, but we're also very personality driven. We have the energy, we have the stories, we have the lifestyle, but we also have the breakdowns, you know what I'm saying? And it all makes sense in the grand scheme of things, and that's how we were able to actually go ahead and make 67K with just 3 simple YouTube videos. And if you're interested in doing the same, just click the first link down below. It's a book call, talk with me, see if you're actual fit to work with Content Cash Media. Once again, we haven't only done this for Adobe, but probably every other niche you can imagine. I'm keep scrolling. I haven't even got to the end of this testimonial scroll yet. So appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions, drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.